Well, the new Will Smith movie is coming out, Gemini Man. So I'm going to review my favorite Will Smith movie, I, Robot. Hello? I'm not reviewing I, Robot. I'm reviewing an Ang Lee film. No. You're not going to make me. You better give me a raise. Well, we are not reviewing iRobot, so we're going to review the 2003 Ang Lee superhero opera, Hulk, the widescreen edition, which is the only version I recommend all of you to watch, because this movie is bound to give you a headache. And also, it comes with this in the DVD. Insert this DVD into an Xbox console and play an entire level of the Hulk game. Well, I don't have an Xbox, and I'm not playing a Hulk game. It's weird that they added to the thing. Well, I'll sit down, and as I watch Hulk. I guess I should start this review by probably going back to the first live-action version of Hulk. The original Incredible Hulk show began in 1978 and ended in 1982 due to cancellation. It ran for 5 seasons. It had Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno, who would just play as the Hulk, and basically it was mostly David Banner as a drifter looking for a cure. And so then it got picked up for 2 TV movies and no, never mind. It was 3 TV movies actually, and it was Return of the Incredible Hulk, Trial of the Incredible Hulk, and Death of the Incredible Hulk. So the first 2 were supposed to be pilots for a Thor show and a Daredevil show, and maybe even a second Hulk show. But there were never a Thor show or a Daredevil show. There was Death of the Incredible Hulk, which ended the saga. And then there was even going to be, I think this was during the show when it was running, there was going to be a crossover with Mark Hamill's Spider-Man, but that didn't go through because I think Lou Ferrigno was filming a Hercules movie. And so, it's just kind of interesting to see if there were other Hulk movies where they try to pilot other Marvel characters, like a Black Widow show, a Hawkeye show, a Nick Fury show, a Captain Marvel show, Ant-Man, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, maybe like She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Shang-Chi. It's just kind of interesting to see other Marvel characters they could have introduced if they made more of these movies, but they didn't. So let's get to the 2003 version of Hulk. So let's just address the biggest, huge elephant in the room, which is the transitions. Oh my god. Probably the worst time to use the transitions is probably in the beginning of the film.
David, I have wonderful news. I'm gonna have a baby.
Iceberg. There's like way worse effects. So and now the next part, the acting. My god, everyone does not know what movie they're in. Eric Bana thinks he's in some depressing drama. Jennifer Connelly thinks she's in some science fiction drama. Nick Nolte thinks he's in a psychological thriller, And Sam Elliott is the only one that kind of knows that he's in a blockbuster monster movie. Which, I mean, Sam Elliott's probably one of the best actors in the movie because he's the only one that knows what he's doing. And he even took the role just because he wanted to be an Ang Lee film, and since he was kind of popular after making Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I haven't seen the movie, and I think it even got a sequel on Netflix. But, so, and the next part is that it is so kind of slow. The Hulk comes in, and 40 minutes in, that's how long this movie is. And it's mostly, there's just a lot of dumb stuff. In the beginning, it's mostly that, how, Bruce and Betty broke up because Bruce wouldn't figure out who his parents are, because he's been, an orphan and living with, an adoptive mother, and that all he knows that he died. I mean, even General Ross, he thinks that he knows what's going on, and even though all of that was repressed, and he was 4 years old, and there's just a lot of other stuff that is just so dumb. And oh yeah, I also gotta bring up the Hulk dogs. My God, the Hulk dogs. You can't do a review of this movie without mentioning the Hulk dogs. Okay, yeah, they were technically in the comics, but it was in the Ultimate Comics. I don't know. I'm not I don't read comics that much, but yeah, it's kind of stupid. I mean, how Hulk kills it is that he just smashes it, and a bunch of green stuff comes out of it. And the interesting part is that Ang Lee wanted it to be a gruesome fight, but he had to contain the PG-13 rating. Even the scene where, spoiler alert, but it's not technically spoiler, when David kills Bruce's mom, they actually blur out the stabbing scene, and it's kind of distracting in a way. And the next part is Nick Nolte. Again, he is he thinks that he's in some psychological thriller, and basically he was a combination of Observing Man and the Leader, but mostly Observing Man. And then because they try to make him a villain, and they even call him David in this movie, because I think just reference to the show. But yeah, he sticks out as a sore thumb in this movie. That I cannot leave out is the scene when Hulk is trying to get to San Francisco, and he's jumping on the rocks and hills. It is so cartoonish and bizarre. I had to add that sound effect in it. How could you not add that effect in a movie where a green giant is just jumping off of a bunch of rocks? And the part that a lot of people leave out is the scene where he's in San Francisco and he's under the streets, and he's he's some groundhog, he's some ginormous groundhog, and just look. To the things I like. and it's mostly the effects. I just kind of like how they make the Hulk. In the Edward Norton one, he just kind of looks, it's kind of bland. It looks more like a video game. In this, it just kind of like charmingly bad, and it's so bright and green, and he actually he never looks fake. Maybe it will start to look outdated, but and my favorite part is probably like towards the end when he goes to the base. That's when it kind of does turn into like a theme park attraction. And I mean, yeah, this is Universal, and he has a roller coaster in Universal Studios. I'm not a big roller coaster guy. I don't like them at all. I'm scared to death of them. But there is a Hulk ride in Universal, and some of it does look a little bit like the movie. And I kind of like it, just because it looks like a theme park attraction. This was filmed on, like, Stage 12, I think it was called. And it's, like, the biggest sound stage at that point. And this was actually a very expensive movie for ILM. This is actually Hulk was going to be animatronic at first, but, that didn't go so well. So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, some of the effects are pretty insane. Just like the ending, which is kind of crazy. It's like, I was watching this with my mom, and she was, like, laughing when Nick Nolte and Hulk just going into the sky, and they were like... And also, I like a little bit of the lighting and it's kind of, like, bright, like... I like that stuff, but... So the main problem is that it does not exceed the audience's expectations after Spider-Man has just been released, like, the year before this. And so, you gotta give the audience something great, and not something really boring, because that's what it is. It is really slow when the Hulk is not around, because when Hulk is around, it is pretty good, but when it's just a bunch of people talking in a room or a military base, it's boring. This is not really what the audiences want from a movie called The Hulk, and it's not that hard. And so yeah, that's the reason why I'm a little concerned about Gemini Man. I hope Ang Lee maybe learned from it, because I don't think he's bad. I haven't seen Life of Pi or Crouching Tiger or Hidden Dragon. I haven't seen any of his movies besides this, so I don't think he's a bad. But I just don't think he's good at blockbusters then. So yeah, that was my video. I hope you all liked it. And so, leave a comment and, or subscribe, leave a like, and, hope everyone's, I'll probably see Gemini Man, I'll review it, I'll see if, he learned anything from this, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Ang Lee wanted this movie to feel like a comic book, but he failed, and Into the Spider-Verse is, like, right now the best movie to do that. So yeah, the big problem with Hulk is that it just doesn't, it just kind of loses people's expectations. Because this came out the year after Spider-Man, and the year when Daredevil and X-Men 2 came out. So, I don't hate Ang Lee. I won't say he's a bad director, but make Gemini Man good and learn from this movie. I didn't say Life of Pi or Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So yeah, that's my review of Hulk. I hope everyone liked it, and subscribe, leave a like or comment, and I'll probably review Gemini Man, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!